Good morning and welcome. I'm Josephine Corcoran, holistic career coach and astrologer, and this is my Astrology for Business weekly forecast where I use the energy that's at play and available through what's happening with the planets and the sun and the moon up in the heavens and explore what that energy looks like and how we can embrace that to bring it into our careers, our businesses, and how we operate as leaders. And I'm going to be talking to you about the week ahead, and it's Monday the 23rd of November. And this morning the moon's in Pisces. It's in Pisces all day today, so I kicked off my day going for the most amazing swim. The ocean at the moment is crystal clear and the temperature's rising, and it's just so cleansing to be down there and to start the day doing that. So I really encourage you today with the moon in Pisces. It's always a beautiful vibe for connecting into your intuition, engaging your imagination, mindfulness activities to meditate and really hone into the spirit within you, and to really honor and listen to that, and really use your imagination to embody or to really consider what options there are available to you. Get creative with the moon in Pisces. So that's the moon's energy today, but I really wanted to talk, I'm excited this week because the vibe is changing. We're getting towards the end of the year and we've got most of the planets are moving forwards and they're picking up pace. So we can feel it now. We can start to feel we've got more energy. There's more inspiration that's coming through. And there's this sense that, okay, great, we've done a lot of the change that we've needed to make. And for some of us, this week's going to bring an opportunity to be finishing off some things that we know we need to still do. Things that are perhaps sitting in the back of our minds, and restructuring that we recognize needs to take place. So I'm just going to start there because essentially if we go back to what 2020 has been all about, it's really invited us to restructure the essence of how we operate in the world. And it's different for all of us because it will depend on your birth chart and where Capricorn lies in your birth chart. But if we think about our careers and we think about our businesses, and if we consider that we are all leaders, and I'm really passionate about this point, that regardless of whether you're an employee or you run your own business, it's our responsibility to lead or navigate the direction of our career and to really be informed by the legacy that we want to leave behind, to really be informed by the mark that we want to leave on the world, and really be driven by what's the difference that we can create so we can leave the world that slightly better place. Honoring the fact that whatever energy we are putting out into the world creates a beautiful ripple effect. And even if we consider we're just one person, the power of the energy that we put out there into the world every moment of the day has effect on everybody. So I really wanted to encourage you all this week to step into the essence of your heart, to step into the essence of really honoring sitting in your greatness and knowing that you're here to do something. You're here to do something to make a difference. And whether that's on the level of helping individuals one-on-one, or whether it's honoring people and helping heal them, whether it's being a creative, whether it's being somebody who's growing a business, that the business product or service is going to make a difference. It doesn't matter how big or how ambitious or how small and how caring that is, it all matters. So this week there's a really lovely energy about let's get on with things, and I'm super excited about that. So as you can tell, I've spent a few minutes getting G'd up on that. Probably one of the main reasons is that yesterday the sun moved into Sagittarius, which is a mutable fire sign, and the Sagittarius energy that's available to everybody. And if we think about businesses and our careers, Sagittarius invites us to be inspired, to be big picture in our thinking, to go out there and to learn things and to share our knowledge. One of the greatest ways that Sagittarius energy can affect our businesses is we can be expanding what's possible. We can expand our minds and fill our minds with new ideas by talking to people who've done things before, or being inspired by people who we resonate strongly with. So with the sun in Sagittarius for the next 4 weeks, that's available to us in our business to really start to think about where our potentially are there gaps in our knowledge. Who can we be partnering with to inspire us? Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for watching. And it might even be that you think it's time to learn something new. There might be a course that's available for you to expand your knowledge base. Or you may even be thinking it's time for me to start teaching. So that's the energy of Sagittarius. It's really, really uplifting, inspiring, energized, passionate, wants to share what you believe in. So just look out for how you're honoring that aspect of yourself in your business and in your work and career over the next 4 weeks. I talk a little bit more about it in the PDF that's attached. So just for this, if you're a first-time viewer of my live, or if you haven't yet done so, you can sign up for my weekly newsletter, which I've just recently started including a PDF. And so you can sign up above this recording. There'll be a sign up button. And then that way, each week you'll get the newsletter delivered and you can watch it at your leisure, or you can simply download the PDF, and that'll be a lot faster than listening to my live. All right, so a couple of other planetary things that are happening this week that I wanted to talk about really quickly is that Mercury, which rules our thinking and how we communicate, is continuing its journey back through Scorpio. So there's still this concept of really digging deep, honing our intuition, because Mercury is also about how we think, but also really in Scorpio, it's about digging deep and using your intuition to inform what's appropriate for you to focus your attention to. And Mercury in Scorpio will also be interested in money matters, and as I said, really digging down and getting to the depth of things and finding out the truth. So really use this, especially in your business, to make sure you're clear on what your budget is, making sure your conversations are really helping you understand the truth of matters for your clients and for people that you're partnering with in business. And there's a really lovely flow of energy at the end of this week, or all week actually, which there's 3 key days on Tuesday, Friday, and on Sunday. Mercury's making some really beautiful aspects, helping us intellectually get our heads around any restructuring that's not yet done. So it's a very supportive energy, which is really nice. Mars is continuing to pick up pace, so our intrinsic drive and motivation should feel stronger and stronger as the week continues. And then the other thing is that Venus moved into Scorpio, and with Venus moving out of Libra and into Scorpio, what that's going to mean is that our relationships will take on an extra level of intensity and depth. So similar to what's happening with our minds in Scorpio, with Venus in Scorpio, it can actually, on a personal basis, just bring out that extra layer of depth and passion in our love lives. But if we think about it in our business and professional lives, this can really bring about that ability to just really seek to deepen our connections and to ask questions that go deeper than the normal surface level. Very supportive for investments and looking at who we want to partner with in business as well. And there is going to be a significant aspect happening on Saturday with Venus making an opposition to Uranus. So that could bring up some unexpected events that are in regards to relationships. So if something unexpected happens in regards to either relationships or even creative projects or money, it is best not to overreact at the time and just give it time to settle down. And then the other big thing that's happening this week is that Neptune's going to be stationing direct, because Neptune's been traveling backwards for some time. And because Neptune's a very slow moving planet, we won't feel any significant changes in regards to this. But what we can realize as time unfolds is that our imagination and our ability to use our intuition is being really supported now that Neptune is moving forward. So it's another layer of really helping us tune into our intuition. So you can see already the theme for this week is very much connecting in to our intuition, trusting that, and making time and space to try and let go of your intellectual mind as much as possible and really sit in the space of being in the present moment and noticing what comes up when you do that. Okay, so in terms of the lunations firstly I'll talk a bit about the void of course moon. For those of you that are first-time listeners, the void of course moon is when the moon is not making an aspect to any other planets, and it's long been considered a time for rest and not doing anything significant, because the moon rules our emotions, and if it's not connecting into any other planets, then it's kind of void of emotion. So there's not the same kind of energy or wherewithal. So good to avoid signing anything important or starting or anything new or launching anything when the moon is void of course. So the only day this week during business hours that the moon is void of course is on Friday the 27th, 10:45 a.m. till 2:43 p.m. So just make a note that on Friday between those hours, it's not a good time to start anything new or send off any important documents if you can avoid it. Okay, so in terms of the moon, and we want to look at the moon in its own right, it's the fastest moving entity out there in the solar system, and it represents our emotions. And so it brings through a different energetic vibe in terms of what we feel connected to or aligned to do. So today being Monday the 23rd, the moon is in Pisces all day today. And as I was saying earlier, Pisces is always really powerful time or energy for getting involved with creative projects in any way, shape or form, whether it's musical or whether it's artistic. It's really great for that, and it's also really powerful for mindfulness activities. So make sure you stop and breathe and connect in to the present moment all day today, well, as much as you can today and tomorrow, to make the most of that Piscean energy. On Wednesday, early in the morning at 2:04 a.m., the moon's going to move into Aries, so it's getting back to the beginning of the zodiac. So Aries is the very first sign in the zodiac. It's a cardinal fire sign. So Aries is very competitive, it's passionate, it's goal-oriented, it wants to win. And so it's always a really powerful time when the moon moves into Aries to take action on things. And as we're in the waxing phase of the lunar cycle and the moon is still building in size, so too is our energy to make things happen. So it is likely that by Wednesday you will feel much more, it's a really great day for taking action on things. Then what we've got on Thursday, the moon is in Aries all day, and Friday it's in Aries until 2:43 p.m. But what I wanted to say is that on late Thursday and early Friday, the moon is going to be making a challenging aspect to the planets in Capricorn, causing us to restructure this year. So emotionally, you may feel quite triggered or feel some extra tension by Friday if you still haven't made changes that you know you need to make to be 2021 ready. And what I mean by that is not specifically sitting in the detail of ticking all the boxes of what your business looks like or your career looks like. But if there's restructuring that's required and you haven't taken action, then you'll feel that in your body on Thursday afternoon and Friday morning. And that is not a bad thing, because that energy is really inviting you to step into having the courage to make the changes that you need to make, if you haven't done so yet. Because then what's going to happen on Friday afternoon, the moon is moving into Taurus. Now, normally the moon in Taurus is really happy. It likes to sort of slow down and takes practical steps to work towards achieving your goals. But on Friday evening and then on Saturday, the moon is going to be making a conjunction to Uranus, which is in Taurus, and Uranus can bring about unexpected changes and break down and break through. And with that, hi Danny, thanks for tuning in. And so with the moon connecting into Uranus, or making that connection with, and it might be that there's some kind of unexpected changes that are happening. But this is being emphasized by the fact that the moon's going to be coming up and making an opposition there with Venus. So that's about relationships, and it's also about money. So if there's a few topics going on there where there may be some tension that comes up around relationships and around money by Friday evening or Saturday morning. So don't want you to get too anxious about that. Just be aware that that's what's happening. We're being called to restructure our lives in those ways. So it's interesting, because this week I have had a few people talking to me about getting concerned that they need to try and follow the energy of the moon and the planets, and then they're finding themselves getting a little bit obsessed about, am I doing the right thing on the right day? And the reason that I do these lives each week is just to give you a bit of information about the map that's going on, about the map that's happening out there in the heavens. And it doesn't mean it's not going to be an amazing and a fabulous week ahead. And it doesn't mean that it won't be without its challenges. And I think this is the really big lesson for all of us, is that life is a journey and that we have different emotional experiences. And it's important that we don't place more weighting on the positive experiences than the more challenging experiences, than the emotionally triggering experiences. Because actually the emotionally triggering experiences are the ones that we learn the most from, and they guide us strongly. So if we just work with the energy and understand and appreciate that it's there to guide us, and if we're a little bit prepared for us, then I think there's something really magical about fully honouring it and stepping into it in all its glory. So from me to you this week, wishing you an extraordinary week ahead. 2020 has been calling all of us to transform. And my heart goes out for those countries now that are in lockdown once again and are going through really challenging times. And we are very, very blessed here in Australia, in countries where we're no longer in lockdown. And I know more than anyone, the people in Melbourne feel this really, really deeply, and they are so grateful for being able to put themselves, once again, get out of the house and to see their friends and their loved ones. So it's all about making the most of what we have. Restructuring is still happening. 2021 is going to be another incredible year. And if you'd like to know more about what's going to be going on for you and what's going to be activated, which parts of your life very specifically are going to be activated in 2021, I am starting to do sessions with people for their year ahead. So have an amazing, amazing week, and I'll be in touch again next week. And again, if you'd like the PDF for this so you don't have to watch it all in full, just hit the sign up button and that will take you through to a weekly newsletter that'll be delivered to your inbox after I've done my recording each week. Take care. Bye for now.